Hi, I'm Timothy Pope, and this is Tim Talks from Shanghai Eye. This week, the home of the Buzzword, China's annual parliamentary season, the two sessions. This is when China's national legislators and political advisors, the NPC and the CPPCC, meet and pass new laws, discuss issues, and set the agenda and the budget. You probably know how important and closely watched these meetings are, to the point where there are people out there who count the number of times the senior leaders use certain words in their speeches to legislators. Last week, when Premier Li Qiang gave his address, he pretty clearly underlined the policy priorities. In the case of consumption, he underlined it 31 times. That's how many times he used the word. In his speech last year, he used it 21 times. Technology was another really heavily used word. It got 28 mentions. The government's desires to turn China into the world's centre for high-tech manufacturing and get either equal or ahead of the United States on chips and AI is hardly a secret. Nor is the need to get consumers to open up their wallets and spend money to support the economy. And the two sessions is where we get clues as to how these things are actually going to be achieved. On consumption, one of the most urgent problems facing the economy, there are some quite innovative proposals being floated. Tax cuts for low-income earners was a hot topic among legislators. Currently, if you earn 5,000 renminbi or more per month in China, you pay income tax. Lifting that tax-free threshold even a little would potentially enable a lot more people to spend a bit more. According to the State Administration for Taxation, for every 1 renminbi in tax cuts, you get a 2.3 renminbi consumption boost, which suggests the psychological effect of lowering taxes is considerable. The government has raised the projected budget deficit to 4% from 3%, allowing more room for government spending to pay for things like tax cuts. Another interesting proposal, which I personally hope they implement right away, is shortening the working week. Yep, you heard that right. The two sessions has been discussing taking China to a 4.5-day working week. The point of these meetings is in some senses performative, but it's also to discuss the issues facing the nation and approve ways of addressing them. And all the issues were on the agenda: the economy, real estate, falling birth rates, China-US relations. But why is this meeting worth such a special mention? Because when things get flagged here, they happen, even if it takes time. A few years ago, the policy speech word counters were tracking mentions of green energy, battery technology, and electric vehicles. And look what happened to those.